YouTube land. Barb Mulligan here from barbstamps.com. It's Thursday night. That means it's time for free stamp class. So it's 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, where I live in Sheridan, Wyoming, 6 Central and 7 Eastern. So welcome, 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 welcome. Blech. I have hopefully what I feel are some pretty cute projects for you guys. I hope you like them. I do have my iPad going here. I'm pretty sure I'm live because I can see you guys commenting. So that kind of tells me that I should be live. So I'm going to put my iPad up on this little ledge thing that I have so that I can sort of see your comments, although I don't have my glasses on. So from here to there, can't see. But I think I can see some of you coming on here. There's Sonia and Dolly and Barbara. I guess I'll just pull my iPad over here because I can't see. It's too dark. Trish and Bonnie and Jean and Sue and Heather, Dolly and Cheryl and everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. I have to say that I have had a tremendous response from all of you since switching from Facebook Live to YouTube. The views are way up. So thank you guys so much. That's all because of you sharing my video, liking my video, commenting on the video. All that stuff helps push me out to other people, which I am very, very grateful for. I run a small business. As you guys know, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I do own my own business, but it's a small business. I am a one-woman show. I do everything myself. And sometimes there can be a lot, and it can be a little overwhelming. So I appreciate all of you so much for helping me along this journey and sharing what I'm doing with your friends, and just it's very helpful, and I feel very blessed. And so I wanted to say thank you so much because, you know, Thanksgiving is coming up. It's a time to be thankful, and I am very thankful for all of you. Speaking of Thanksgiving, I probably will not be live next Thursday, so I don't know. My daughter's coming home from college, I think Saturday, and she's supposed to be here for the whole week. So I'm going to try not to work. I mean, I'll have to work some, but I'm going to try not to work as much as I normally do. So I would like to say that there might be a day that I could be live, but in reality, it's probably not going to happen because getting ready for a live, you know, you have to create, I create 3 projects, and I've told you this, guys, before, designing is not my strong suit. Designing takes me a long time. I wish I could just sit down and have an idea in my head and have, you know, in 5 minutes, it's a card in front of me, but that's just not how it works for me. 9 times out of 10, the idea that's in my head, I put it down there and I hate it and I have to like tweak it. And so the tweaking is what takes a long time. And so, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. So anyways, yes, good time to spend with my family. That is true. And I will absolutely be doing that. So I'm very excited. My son is also, so we have Thanksgiving. Then 2 days after that, he turns 18. He was actually born on Thanksgiving Day. 18 years ago, I went into the hospital. It's kind of a funny story. I'll try to make it quick because some people hate it when I talk. But I woke up that morning at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was having some for what I thought was contractions, because with my daughter I was induced, so I did not have like really any contractions. I mean, I didn't go into labor at home, so I thought I was going into labor, but I wasn't sure. I didn't know. So I went and woke my husband and I said, hey, I think I'm in labor, but I'm gonna go to the hospital. You stay here, because we didn't want to wake up our other kid, you know, and go up there, and then if they said, oh, it's false alarm, go home, I didn't want to do that. So I drove myself to the hospital, which, you know, honestly, it was like 6 blocks away, so it was no big deal. And I checked in, and they said, yes, you're in labor. So I checked in and everything. And then about 3 hours later, after we had called my mom and said, okay, it's happening, please come down here to take care of this other kid, they're like, well, you stalled a little bit, so we're going to send you home. And I said, not happening. I'm here. I've got people coming. And he was due. It wasn't like he was early or anything. He was due. In fact, I think he was overdue. And I said, no, I'm not leaving here without my kid. So they kept me, and I had my beautiful baby boy. And then I went home. So yay. Okay. So that's my Thanksgiving story. So I guess that's all I'm trying to think if there's any other little blah blah I have to tell you. Oh gosh, I have one more story. My son comes home this afternoon and he says, I have a problem. And I'm thinking, oh dear Lord, what? And he says, Orlando and his family have COVID. And I'm thinking, what? My son's supposed to have surgery in 10 days to fix his wrist. They won't do surgery if you don't have a negative COVID test. And I said, you've got to be kidding me. And he said, no. And I said, the only thing, I said, there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, if you've been exposed and you get COVID, what can we do about it? I said, so let's do this. Let's go have you tested tomorrow. Then we'll know. So he's got an appointment to be tested tomorrow. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Please. Please, no. We've been waiting. He's had this wrist problem for like almost 2 years. And we need it fixed. And I'd like to have it fixed in this year because I've already met my out-of-pocket maximum. Just saying. Okay, so with all that being said, I got my hair done. What do you guys think? Sometimes I get these streaks in my bangs that I'm not a huge fan of, but my hairdresser does an amazing job every other way. She just gives me some little streaks sometimes so anyways, I can just take my sponge dauber and my early espresso ink and I can darken that up. So it's no problem at all. All right, I'm going to flip the camera because I've got a few fun things to talk about. And then we will get to our stamping. And then I will check my comments just to see what's going on here, if I need to respond to anything. All right. Every time I hit that button to switch it, it doesn't switch. Why? There we go. Sorry, I know it's really bumpy and messy and jittery, but it is what it is. I've got, I don't have all the fancy techie stuff because, that stuff's kind of expensive. And it's just like, and it's techie stuff that a person has to learn how to use. I'm no spring chicken, okay? And it's not that I am an idiot with technology, but I'm an idiot with technology, and I prefer not to have to deal with a bunch of new technology. So I'm not going to be getting new equipment. Okay, I'm going to check your comments real quick here. We've got a bunch of you saying hello, 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 hello. Thank you so, so much for joining me, you guys. Like I said before, I appreciate that so much. Just you sitting here watching me and commenting and giving me thumbs ups and sharing my video, that helps me more. It helps a lot. As you guys probably know, YouTube does pay us a small amount of money if we get lots of views on our videos. And so it might help me buy, another stamp set each month or something like that. So I appreciate you guys so much. Okay. In case you guys didn't know, I make cards for a living and I have cards for sale. So yeah, I have either a pack of all occasion cards, or I also have Christmas cards right now. So for those of you that may be watching, that maybe don't stamp yourself, but like to watch stamping, and you would like some cards to send to your friends and family that are handmade, here I have some for you. I sell 20 cards for $25 plus priority shipping, and there are links in the description of this video, I think. Did I save the video details? Yes, I believe that I did. So anyways, if you're interested in some cards, I've got you. Okay. And thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate that very, very much. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. All right. So I have an ordering special for you. If you choose to order through my online store, which is shoppingwithbarb.com, I would greatly appreciate that. If you do, and you order $50, I will send you, I have 2 different tutorials. I have my global project tutorial, and I also have my Eden's Garden tutorial, which is not my online class. The online class is a totally different thing than the tutorial. If you order $75, you get the 2 files plus an embellishment or roll of ribbon. I've got some extras here. And if you order $125, then I have a grab bag worth at least $20 plus the embellishment plus the files. And of course, these prices are before shipping and tax. All right. Oh, Deborah, you're so funny. Yes, the tech stuff, it can kill you. The computer that I currently have is about 4 or 5 years old, and it's starting to be really, really slow. Like I'll click on something, like say I'm on Facebook and I want to click to go to my, my team page. I get the spinning wheel of death for probably a minute or more. And every time I click on a website, it's a minute or more, 30 seconds of waiting. I don't even know how much time I waste all day long. Seriously. Because my computer is so slow. So I got an early Christmas present and I ordered a new computer and it came today and it's got 16 gigs of RAM. I don't even know what that means, but somebody told me it makes your computer go fast. So fingers crossed. Okay. Also, you guys probably know through November 30th of this month, you can join my team of demonstrators for only $75 and you can get $125 in products. And you know what? Today is the last day of the seasonal sale. And you can add seasonal sale items to your starter kit. So if you want to sign up to be a demonstrator today, you can get things that are on sale at the sale price to make your 125. So just kind of throwing that out there. So the seasonal sale is 10% off cardstock, 15% off Stampin' Up! Ink pads, not Memento, stays on our Versamark, and 20% off dies in the annual catalog. Okay, moving on. Oh, the slow computer. It must be plaguing everyone. You guys are saying that yours are too. And yes, it is so annoying. How much time do we waste waiting for our computers to work? And so finally I decided it cost, I think it was like an extra maybe $100 or so to get that 16 gigs rather than the 8 that I have on this computer I'm using now. Totally worth it. Okay. I still have a few of my Elegantly Said bundle classes left. And I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek here. I don't normally show my cards that are in the class. I show one. This is one I do have a video on here on YouTube. If you want to learn how to make this card here, this is one of the cards that's in my class. And then I also have this gorgeous card, this fun card, little sneaky peeky there, and then this fun card. So all of those are included in the class. You will make 2 of each of these cards. They all come with envelopes. You get a kit of supplies, designer series paper, and some foil, and some of the twine, and some of the elegant dots and the black dots. Everything is linked in the description of this video, and it's an amazing class, you guys. It's gorgeous. Okay. Anybody else have anything that's saying cold and snowy from Michigan? I can't. I see my friends. Can someone help me? What? I can't. Terry says, I can't share. I have to wait until the live is over. I can't share to my friends. Can someone help me? Oh, Terry, I have no idea because clearly you're logged in. I have no idea, Terry. It's techie and I don't know all that stuff. Eden's Garden class will go live next week. I think it goes live maybe it's Thanksgiving. I think it's going to go live Thanksgiving with the file and everything. So the whole shebang is 116, which is the entire collection of products in the Eden's Garden collection. And then we've also included the gold foil and the gold shimmer ribbon. So other people are having trouble sharing. I don't know. If I click share, mine just gives me the option to copy link, Facebook or email, and then I clicked more. That's really weird. I don't have the real option to do that either. So I don't have any idea, you guys. I have no idea how you do that. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know that I'm not alone with my tech problems. I have like different things that help me. I know like some people have this fancy stuff where you can see their face and their hands at the same time and they can switch back and forth. And, you know, a lot of that stuff is expensive also. And I don't honestly, when I'm watching people's videos, I don't feel like I need to see their face at the same time I'm watching their hands just demonstrate something. I feel like it's distracting. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's a personal thing. I don't know. I don't like it. So that's one reason why I have not invested money or time into learning how to do that. So there you go. I still have, I think, 2 or 3 artistically inked class kits left. I think I have 1 Sweet Little Stockings class left. This is so cute. So it's kind of Christmas, non-Christmas. I have 4 of the Peaceful Deer. You get everything you need to make the cards. And then the Christmas season, I have like 2 or 3 of that. So if you guys are interested in any Christmas card classes, I can hook you up. I also have adhesive kits that you can add on to your class kits. And with 5 different adhesives, the seal, the dimensionals, the tear and tape, the glue dots, and the liquid glue. You also get this cute little bag. There's various colors that I have. I have a sand eraser, a ruler, and a adhesive eraser. So some of you guys are saying that you are able to share and some of you are not. Does anybody have any idea why that is? Why some people can share and some people can't? I mean, it doesn't even make sense because the ones that say they can't share obviously are logged into their YouTube accounts because you can't comment unless you have your YouTube account, unless you're in your YouTube account. So why wouldn't you be able to share? That is so strange. Ugh, I don't know. Technology. And that's the stupidest thing about it. You know, it works for some, it doesn't work for others. Why? I mean, is it the device that we're watching it on? I watch it on my iPad. I film it on my phone, but I watch it on my iPad. Is it because I'm on my iPad? You girls that can't share, are you on iPads? Are you on computers? Are you on phones? I don't know. Maybe we can figure it out. anyways, Stamp Happy Academy, this is the last thing I have to talk about. It's amazing. I think a lot of you guys that are watching me are members of Stamp Happy Academy, and everybody should be because it's amazing. We have 4 online classes there a month. So my Elegantly Said class, all those classes I just showed you guys that I have kits for, all of the PDF files for those classes are included in Stamp Happy Academy. All the classes that Kelly offers and all the classes that Dina offers, all those are included in Stamp Happy Academy. And as a basic member, you get access to all of those files. For premium membership, it's a little bit more. You get all of those files, plus you get live classes, 3 live classes a month. They're about a 2-hour class, so they're definitely worth your time. You can watch them at any time you want. It's not like a live and you can't watch it again. You can watch it anytime you want. Or if you just want the live only, it's $20. So, and some of you are commenting, Bonnie, she is such a Stamp Happy Academy cheerleader. Thank you so much, Bonnie. She loves it, and I appreciate that so much because I love it too. Okay, first project. We are going to be using the Gingerbread and Peppermint. I gotta move this thing out of the way. Gingerbread and Peppermint Designer Series paper. We're going to be using the gingerbread dies. And I'm going to be using the Tidings and Trimmings stamp set for my sentiments. The sentiments that were in this frosted gingerbread set, the only one that really worked for me was this one, but I've been using that a lot, so I kind of wanted to switch it up. I didn't want all my Christmas cards that I'm going to send out this year to be the same. So I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to use the sentiments that are in this stamp set instead. But this is a bundle. Obviously, when you buy bundles, you save 10%, but we're only using the dies today. Okay? All right. So here are my papers that I've already got cut. I need some ink. Real Red and Old Olive. I've got some ribbon to do a little ribbon trick today. Maybe use the rest of the, well, not the rest, but I have some red Wonderful Gems left, so I might throw those out there. Here's my stamps. And then it's possible that we're going to throw a few of these little gingerbread and peppermint acrylic shapes on this card, because they're lots of fun. They're very cute, and they're very thin, so they don't add a lot of bulk to your project, which is nice. Ooh, Terry said she got it. Yay! Excellent. Oh, Laura says she's on an iPad and she can share. Dolly's on her computer and she can share. Trisha's on her computer. Yeah. Oh, gosh, you guys. What? Who knows? Okay. Let's move on and have some fun. We're also going to be using the Tailored Tags dies, and these are 20% off today, you guys. Today is the last day for this. If you haven't ordered them, you should. And you can do that in my store at shoppingwithbarb.com. Okay, so here are my pieces of paper. So I have a thick Whisper White card base. I have this tag, and I wanted to show you a little trick. So at first I cut the tag with my basic white cardstock. So it was all the way. It was a long tag, but it was a little bit too long for what I wanted to do with it. So to shorten it, I ran it through again, but this time I messed around with it and I could feel it kind of click into place. So there's all these little tiny, well, they're little die spots, and you can feel it when they kind of click back into place here. And so that's all I had to do. I just clicked them into place on the sides, ran it through again, and then shortened my tag. So it's just a tiny bit shorter, but it's enough that I felt like it made the card. That's what I wanted from the card. So there's a little trick for you guys in the tags, using the tags. Okay, so we have a bunch of pieces here. These are some pieces that I took out of this little container. Sometimes when I'm trying to make, like I just told you, my designing is where I lack. And so a lot of times I will die cut a lot of things in my preparation for making a card that don't make the cut, that I don't use. So I save all those. And so I have all these die cuts from this bundle that I have saved. And I had this, which already has Wink of Stella on it, and this red one were in here along with these other ones. I've got a couple of other ornaments. I've got this gorgeous snowflake. I've got some of these little pinwheel kind of pieces that go on the circles to make little peppermint candies that I just found out that's what they were for a couple weeks ago by you guys. So thank you again. And so that's what I did. I pulled out some of these things I had already had cut, and they actually are going to work on my project today. So I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, so obviously these are going to layer together. like that. And we have to, this is kind of a fun fold. It's going to be a very different kind of card. I've got to get my paper cutter. Okay. So this is, I said thick basic white. I think I did. Hello, Donna. Nice to see you. Donna's joining us, you guys. Carol, you are welcome about that tip. Glad to help. Okay, thick whisper white. I'm never going to quit calling this stuff whisper white. Thick basic white. And I folded it in half. So I'm going to now cut it. So I'm going to slide it into my paper trimmer at 1 1/4. Get that all lined up. And then I'm going to start on these little blades. There's a little notch right here, a little spot. That shows you where the blade actually is. So you can see that from the top of the blade. So I've got the arm down and right on that score line, and I'm just going to cut up. Okay. Then I'm going to slide my card over to 4 1/4 inches. And whoops, 4 1/4. And I'm going to do that exact same thing. So I'm going to find my score line or my fold line, and I'm going to cut up. So this is what I have now, this kind of flippy floppy thing. Okay. Hello, Joanne and Donna and Deb and Penny. Oh, Penny's my neighbor. How's it going over there, neighbor? All right. So this is what we have so far. Flippy floppy. This is going to be kind of a fun fold card. So then what I have are 4 strips of real red cardstock. They're all the same size. They all measure 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay. Then I also have another strip of red that's 1 by 5 1/2. And then I have these designer series paper layers that are going to go on these pieces of red. And these are 1 by 4. Okay. So let's go ahead and just get all of these things adhered together. Maybe I'll do this. I'll put all adhesive on all my reds. And then we'll put the DSP on all of them. And then we can add them to the card. Okay, so there should be a very small border around all of these pieces. Oh, about a 1/16 of an inch. Okay. Whoops. I want the polka dots to show because they are a little bit cuter than that cinnamon cider twirly, not twirly, scrolly. Scrolly is not a word. It's a word I just made up. Or maybe someone else made it up and I copied it. Either way, I don't think it's a word. Okay. So I need to get my glasses on. I can see a lot better with my glasses on. Who would have thought, right? And since I just got the new ones, those of you that have been following me for a long time know my super long journey of cataracts. I am a young person as far as cataracts go, but I've already had both of my eyes done. Okay. These are going to go on the edges here, so I'm going to add adhesive to the back of these. And we'll get those in. And I'm going to close this down just to give me more of a guide of where these are supposed to go, because they're going to sit right in between the edge of this folded over layer and the edge of the card. Okay, so that's just going to help me with my placement there. All right, there we go. And I'm just going to burnish that. My trimmer, I think I need to change my blade. So sometimes if you get those weird edges on from your trimmer because your blade is dull, just give it a little bit of a burnish with your bone folder and it will go away. Okay. Oh, here's my new glasses. I mean, maybe I should flip the camera back, but here they are. I like the no lines at the bottom, the no frame at the bottom. I've just always liked those. They're very light. They're kind of small, but I just love them. And they're pretty. They have a fun little pattern in there. And they're very comfy. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about it. Okay. And now these are going to go on the front here. You probably figured that out because they're the same size. And yeah, so I had a cataract for about 3 years that I kept waiting to get fixed because, you know, it's expensive, number one. And the last time I had a cataract surgery, my insurance didn't cover it. It went all to my deductible, so I had to pay for the whole thing practically myself, which was a lot. And so I was very scared that this other cataract was going to be the same, even though we had different insurance this time. And I know, thankfully, we have insurance. I know so many people out there don't. And we are very blessed to have insurance. But this time they paid a lot of it. I didn't have to pay nearly as much as I did the last time. So I was so grateful for that. Okay, so we have all of our little sides done. So then we have this piece in the middle here, and this measures, I think it's 3 by 5.5. So that means that this piece here, or this is 3 by 4.25, 5.5, 3 by 4.25. Math is hard. So this piece is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, so that's going to set right in there. And then this is 2 3/4 by 4. So we'll get this added on to our layer of red. Oops, and then we'll add the red to the card. So this is a kind of a fun card. You get to use a lot of DSP on it. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have some strips of DSP that you're saving and you're wondering what to do with them. Now you know. Get them out and make a card. Okay. So we're going to add this to this centerpiece here. Okay. So we've got that. Then we've got our 1 by 5.5 inch piece, and we are going to attach that to the front, but only to these little floppy panels. Okay, that's the only place we're going to do that. You know what? I got some adhesive over here. Adhesive eraser to the rescue. All right, so I am going to add adhesive. This is about, where am I? About 1 inch from the bottom, maybe. You know what I'm going to do? Because I want it to be even, I'm going to pull in a piece of this grid paper here. And I'm going to line these up with some grids. And that way, when I put this on, I can put it on so it's right where I want it to be. And actually, I think I'm going to add a tiny bit of adhesive to this end here. So I've just put it kind of at the top on both ends because I should have put this a little bit higher. I didn't, but it's going to be fine. And so now I am going to put this on. Again, I'm following the lines and I cut it a little too long, which of course is better than cutting it too short, right? Because for this, I can easily snip that excess off. But if it was too short, oh, that would be a problem. So now you can kind of see what's going on here. So when the person opens the card, first they're going to open it like this, and then they're going to have to open it up like that to see the inside. So it's just a little kind of interactive kind of thing. So now we have our little label, and I'm going to stamp my little front sentiment on this. We got any comments here? Oh, Tana's on. Hello, Tana. And Nina's here, and Denise, and Joanne, and Donna, and Mary. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I was talking earlier about, for you new people, how grateful I am to all of you for sharing the video and giving it a thumbs up and commenting while we're doing this. And after the fact, too. The comments and the shares and the likes after I'm done being live are also very helpful. I'm a small business owner. I'm a one-woman show, and all that helps me out tremendously, you guys. So thank you again. Okay. So we've got our little cheers. And like I said, I did pick the tidings and trimmings set because I wanted some different sentiments than what was in the gingerbread and peppermint. All right, so we're going to end up putting this on a little bit cattywampus because that's how I roll. Because then I don't have to make it perfect. If I make it purposely imperfect, then it's easier. All right. Oh, Judy's so funny. She said we need more thumbs up. Yay, thumbs up. All right, so this is going to go on the inside. All the way on the inside, and hopefully we can center this. And there. Did I screw that up? Oh, no, thank goodness. Okay, and then I have one more little stamp. This is some of these fun little candies, little peppermints. And so I'm going to do these in red, and I'm just going to stamp them kind of around the sentiment a little bit. How did that happen? Did I literally like drag it across there? I mean, obviously I did. All right, well, we've got a sand eraser, so we're going to maybe let that dry a bit, and then maybe I can get rid of it. We'll see. Okay. Your hard work shows. Oh, Wendy, you are so sweet. Wendy says my hard work shows in my creative cards. My cards that take me all day to make. I wish I could design faster. But you know what? We all have our strong suits, and designing's not mine. There we go. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to put this on a little bit cattywampus. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive, like so. And then here we go with our little cattywampus there. I'm actually going to flip it over, press it down. Okay, and then I'm going to add these two things together. So I'm going to use some liquid glue. And I am a self-proclaimed liquid glue professional. I have finally mastered this stuff. At least I think so. And I say this now, I'm going to screw it all up. I just put a tiny, tiny bit. I don't even know if you guys can see the glue that I'm sticking on here. It's the tiniest, slightest amount. And truly, when I use these kind of dies, I should use adhesive sheets, but honestly, I never think about it. I have them, and I have used them before, but I don't think about them all the time. Because I know that I can get these, detailed die cuts done with liquid glue if I'm just careful and don't, put too much glue on there. Then it works out pretty good. Okay, so we are going to add this ornament to the bold ornament. There we go. Get that pressed on there. Sentiment hidden under the... Oh, Mary, you could. She's right. I wonder if we should do that. Let's see. Do we have a little skinny sentiment in here? So this says, cheers from our home to yours. Wishing you a joyful... Oh, yes. We are going to do that, Mary. Thank you so much for that little suggestion. Okay, so since this strip is 1 inch, I think if we just used like a slightly less than 1 inch, that it would be perfect. Okay, so here's a little trimmer, and I know I probably shouldn't use this trimmer because we don't sell it, but it just sits on my desk and it's the most handy thing. It's the most handy thing in the world, and I love it so much. Okay, I'm gonna go 3 because I said that this white layer was 3 inches. Actually, I'm not gonna go 3. I'm gonna go what size the piece of Designer Series paper was, which I think was 2 3/4. So we're gonna cut it to 2 3/4 by like, what was it, 15/16. And we're going to pull this out. Oh, Mary's brilliant. Mary Ford. Yes, Mary Ford, you are brilliant. Okay. So I'm going to bring in a silicone mat. This is how I mount my photopolymer stamps. And you guys always ask me about these. These clings are something Stampin' Up! Used to sell. They're grids, and they're just like a window cling that sticks on your block. And I am addicted to them. I honestly really can't stamp without them. And so, yeah, I am hopeful that Stampin' Up! Is at some point in time going to come out with blocks that have grids on them. I've got my fingers crossed, and I just keep waiting every year when we have our new catalog come out. I'm like, oh my gosh, please have blocks with grids. Please have blocks with grids. We haven't yet, but I'm still going to be hopeful. Okay, so right in the middle, try to get it in the middle. We'll see. I mean, I should be able to. Get off. Yay. Okay. Then why don't we, since we're doing, wait just a second. I have some of these little things already done here. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have done that in green. And then we could let's change our mind here. Let's do it in, I love stamping with you guys. Honestly. You help me so much. A lot of times I come here and I don't have I got to spank this and dry it off. I don't have everything figured out, and you guys are always helpful. So thank you. Okay, so we're going to go green. Little change of plan here. And we'll get that stamped on there. Then we can add this little thing. So cute. Just like that. Do I have another one? Or, you know what we could do? I don't have another one here, but we have this little guy. Let's put this on. We've got some things already done. I'm trying to get a little tiny bit of glue out here. Just a tiny, tiny bit. There we go. And we're going to set that right on the edge. And I'm going to end up trimming off that excess, I think. Okay. All right, Mary, here's the moment of truth. Here we go. Okay, so Mary says we should stick it right on there. So I think, how do I do this? I guess I'm just going to have to kind of wing it. and see up a little bit. You know, I wonder if we could, let's try something. This is like that kind of putty stuff, you know, that you can stick things on the wall with. So let's stick that there. And let's stick this on that. Get it centered. And then let's add adhesive. And let's close this. And then let's get that off. How did that work? Did that work pretty good? No, it's crooked. That did not work. But I think we've kind of got it in the right spot. So if we just kind of wiggle it around a little bit, I think it'll work. Okay. All right. Mary's brilliant. And then we have that. Oh, and now that I have that open, I can find my sand eraser and see if we can get some of that off. Even if I could just make it a little less red, that would make me happy. It's working. Use the other end. This is one of the little goodies that comes in my adhesive kit. Okay, that is mostly gone. Oh my, this is so fun. Okay, where is our ornament that we made? What did I do with that? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so our ornament is going to go on here. Oh, this is making me so happy. So happy. Mary, you just made my whole day. Okay, there we go. Yes. All right, so then I still have these gems, and I still think I do want to use them. Maybe. I don't know, it might be too much red. This is a little trick that I also do, you guys. When I want to see if a gem's going to work, I will cut it from its plastic, okay? And then I'll kind of stick it down on my card without any adhesive or anything, just keeping the little plastic sheet on there. And I've got a small one here too. And then if I decide that I don't like it, I just put a glue dot back on this backer board, and then I just throw it back on there. And that way I don't have to waste it, you know, because sometimes if you take it and you stick it on there, it sticks and it doesn't come off, and then you've wasted it if you hate it. And so that's what I do. So anyways, I think I like that. But here's the last thing we're doing to this card. So we have this real red sheer, what's it called? Real red sheer ribbon. I better close this or we all know what's going to happen. And so you can see that I did a little tester. I'm cutting the edge off, okay? The edge of the ribbon, I want to cut it off just so it's kind of going to be like a little piece of twine for me. So I am just taking some sharp scissors. I have a lot of scissors down here, and they're all marked differently. Like this one has a silver asterisk on it. That means almost brand new, super sharp. And so that's what I'm using to cut this off. So once you get it started, it's not so hard. You can just hold on to the bottom and then just kind of cut up. And it's really weird. I mean, you can't feel it, but I can feel it. It's almost like it just wants to be cut off. You know, as I'm following the line here with my scissors, it just feels like it's like, yeah, okay, you can cut me off. All right, so this is what I have, this little tiny, it's almost like a little piece of twine. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to make a bow. There we go. And we'll get it to the size that we want it. We will pull it tight. It needs to be a little bit more perfect. And see, this is what I said. This might be too much red, but I was going to stick that right there. So I need a glue dot. And I'm going to roll it up because I don't need it to be huge. So I just kind of rolled it up into the shape of a tube. And I'm going to stick that back here on my knot. And then I'm going to stick that like that. And then I can take my scissors and snip off the ends. Maybe we don't need these dots. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What do you guys think? Dots or no dots? Leave me a comment and let me know. Or maybe I should find some other color, you know. You guys let me know what you think we should do. Oh my gosh. Look how stinking cute that is. Ooh, while you're deciding that, let's get an envelope here. Okay. I'm going to move those little guys kind of out of the way. I might need to keep them though, because yeah. Dots or no dots? All right. I think most of you are saying dots. Well, no, some of you are saying no. Irene just said adorable. I kind of feel like we've had more dots than no dots. So, majority rules when we're stamping, that's just how it has to be. On every other dot of the ornament. Oh, Lisa had a good idea. What do you guys think about this? If we brought the dots in, now obviously I'd get them all the same size, but what do you guys think if I did something like that instead? Because you guys are still saying yes on the dots on the tag, but do you feel like we should skip the tag and put them on the ornament? I don't know. I like that. That does give some interest to the ornament. Too much red on red. Yeah, Tony, I might agree with you there. Yes on the ornament. Yes on the ornament. Yes on the bauble. Tag. We've got a lot of conflicting information here. What do I do? What do I do to make everybody happy? I don't think that I can. So why don't we change our minds? Maybe. What if we went with just rhinestones? Would rhinestones make everybody happy? And we could put rhinestones literally everywhere. Let's just try it. Because we're liking having some gems, I think. I think that was a pretty good consensus that yes, we were interested in gems. So let's just see what we think of this. And I've got so many rhinestones that I don't care if I use them and we don't like it. This might be overkill. Is there such a thing as too much bling? I mean, seriously. Now I'm using mediums. Okay. This is, I think, my finished. Oops. Hold on. We got to get that back where it's supposed to be. You don't get to go away. Maybe if I smash it with a pair of scissors. There. I think these need to be smashed down a little bit. Okay. I've made an executive decision, and this is what I'm going with. Oh, this is so awesome. This is awesome. Okay, we have an envelope. I think we should just stick some little these on here. Oh, here, let me show you what I mean when I say I stick them back on the sheet. So I just take a glue dot, and I'll stick a couple glue dots on here on this cardboard. And then I will stick these back on here. So I've got like a big one and a small one sharing a glue dot, and then a big one on its own glue dot. And that way, I haven't used them. I can still use them, and they're not going to fall off the sheet and get lost. So there is another Barb tip for you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to add a few of these little guys down here at the bottom of the envelope. Scratch paper, where did you go? Well, here's something that can work as a scratch paper, just momentarily while we get this figured out. Okay, there it is. Final card. Yay! I'm super excited about that. Thank you guys for all your assistance. And I have to thank Mary one more time for that brilliant idea of adding that sentiment underneath that top layer. That was really fun. All right. Let us move everything out of the way. Put that putty back where it belongs. Get all these little bits that I have die cut back in their little container. And then we have another project coming up. Rhinestones. Okay, sorry you guys. I have to have a fairly clean space in order to not go crazy. So there we go. All right. Here is a fun little project that you may have forgotten about. Oh, let's see. Is there any comments? Nice addition to the blank space. Yes, it was a great idea, Mary. Okay, you guys liked it. Okay, good. Yay. Okay. We're going to be using the mini coffee cups on this project. Like I said, my daughter's coming home and she loves Rolos, but she loves them so much that she won't buy them for herself because she will eat like the entire bag. So I thought I would just give her a little coffee cup full of Rolos. So I went and bought, well, a pretty big bag. It was a little excessive, but I like them too, so that's fine. Okay, so here is a cup. Here's the lid. Fun, fun. Here are my pieces that we're going to use to decorate it. Now, we sold these last year in the holiday catalog, and then they carried over. And then we came out with a new stamp set to coordinate with them. So there wasn't really anything in this stamp set that, you know, just spoke to me as something for my daughter as just a little treat. And so I looked around at what I had and I found this banner year stamp set and it says, guess who loves you? Hello, your mother. And so that's what I'm going to use. So then I took the dies and I am using the Pattern Party. This is the host paper that you can get for almost free with a $150 party. I think it'll cost you $3 because it's an $18 item, but a $150 party would give you $15. You'd have to have a $180 party to get it completely free, but $3, I mean, it's a gigantic package. Let me grab one. So it's this 48 sheet pack of 12 by 12 paper, and look at these patterns. I mean, they're adorable. And she loves like rainbow colors. And so that's why I chose these little kind of multicolored rainbowy fun hearts. So I went ahead and die cut the two wrap pieces out of this pattern of that paper. Okay. Then I cut the little scallop edges for those wraps out of red. So we have 4 tops and bottoms. Then they have this fun little circle die in this set of dies that has this really fun stitching pattern on the outer edge of it. And then our final thing is the number 3 layering circle fits right in there perfectly. So when I say number 3, I have my dies numbered from the smallest to the largest. Starting with 1, they go to 8, and then 1 to 8 on the scallop side. All right, here is our delicious Rolos. Let me put all these things back. And whoops, I just had it drop on the floor. Pick it up now or it'll be lost forever. And I'm going to bring in some other ink. So I've got ink that matches the paper. And then I have some stamps. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is add the little strips. Actually, the first thing I need to do is to kind of make these a little bit rounded. So I like to take a bone folder, and since this cup is obviously, you know, it's like a cylinder, I need to get my papers wanting to wrap around it like a cylinder. So I am going to do this with my bone folder. It's like curling ribbon. And I'm going to do that with all of these pieces too, so that they will all want to curl around the cup nicely. I find that it helps your adhesive if your paper is going in the direction that, you know, that the thing is. Normally everything we put on is flat, so it's not a big deal. But for this, it's not flat, and I think it potentially could be a big deal. So I don't want to have any problems. So I'm going to add some adhesive to the edge of that. And I'm going to find a big one. See, those are the shorty. That's a shorty. This is a big one. And I am just going to add this. So we have a little bit of that fun scallop, stitched scallop border showing. So stinking cute. And then I'm going to add the shorter one. Is that the short one? Yes. Try to get it to be the same amount showing. I mean, it's an eyeball thing. I mean, nobody's perfect. So I think it'll be good. I'm going to do the same thing on this piece here. All right, and this one I think is the big one. Yes. Get that on there. I have to tell you guys, some of you may suffer from this, ingrown toenails. I have been suffering from ingrown toenail on my big toe for a few years now, and I have been, you have to dig it out. This sounds gross. Hopefully it's not too much information for you guys. Anyways, you got to dig down in there and get them out, and then they're good for a while, and then it starts again. Anyway, I'm getting older. I can't see as well to get to get it out, nor can I finagle my body into the position that allows me to see what I'm doing. That's probably the biggest problem. So anyways, I finally decided to go to a podiatrist and have them take a look at it. So the guy takes a look at it, and he says, well, yeah, you got an ingrown toenail. Have you had them for a while? I said, yes, I've been suffering with it for, a couple years. He says, well, we can take the toenail off. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Do I really want to do that? But then I thought, I won't have to deal with this anymore if I do that. So I said yes. So I made an appointment to come back and have it taken off. And I had that done about a week ago. Where you can see I was using this cup earlier to pretend what I was doing, and I have adhesive on it. So we're going to use this adhesive eraser and get rid of that so that we can use this cup. Okay, so I didn't actually put a whole lot of adhesive on this tab, and I did that on purpose. Oh, no, I didn't. This tab I do need to have down, I think. So then I'm going to add this piece. So I started on where the cup kind of folds together, and then I'm going to end back there where the cup folds together. And then this is where I'm going to add my, my little thing that's for her, so I can cover up that too. So we're going to add some adhesive here. Now this tab is going to have to go under this end. And so I shouldn't, yeah, I have some room. Okay. So I am now going to attempt to glue this on. Anyways, I don't have a toenail anymore. That was the whole point of me telling you that. And I think it's going to be fine. I think I'm going to be okay with it. Because it was just getting to be too hard. I couldn't do it anymore. Okay. So now I'm going to add more glue. And so that's why I like to use liquid glue sometimes, because then I can do this and get that down. So yay. And of course you could make these for any season. You could make them for Christmas for like people that were, maybe the lady, a clerk at the grocery store who, has worked there forever. And thank goodness she does, because if we don't have clerks in the grocery store, we can't get groceries. If we don't have UPS drivers, we're not going to get any packages. So I have been making it a mission myself. Excuse me, I had a horrible cough. To thank these people, like profusely. Like when I go to a fast food restaurant and the people there are, and sometimes you have to wait and it gets frustrating. But I have made it my motto to thank these people, to thank people that are out there working, because without them working, these places are not going to be in business, and we're not going to be able to do anything. And we're always talking about the employee shortage and nobody wants to work. And so I'm just so thankful for the people that are working, so that I can go to the grocery store, so that I can go, to McDonald's and get my favorite fries sometimes. So anyways, that's a total tangent that I just went off on that I didn't mean to go on. Anyways, so I have become, instead of getting frustrated and angry about the wait times and the lack of items, I am starting to change my mindset and be grateful that they're working, and that there are some things that I'm still able to buy some groceries to feed my family. Okay, I guess we should dump them all in there. She's going to eat them all anyway. So we've got the treats in the cup. We've got this little pull tab here. Now I found these straws. I've had them for a long time. I think you can get them at Walgreens, Walmart, various places have little paper straws. I just cut it in half. And so I'm just going to stick that in there so that, that's where I cut it. We want that in on the inside. Just because I feel like it adds a little more fun to the whole project. Okay, so here we go. We need to do some stamping. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment in red. And I am hoping, you guys, that my toenail doesn't come back. You know what, Carol? She said that she thinks it should have been painful. The most painful part was getting the shot. To numb the toe. That was the most painful part. I mean, it's still yucky. I mean, I would not show it to anybody right now. I don't even like looking at it, but I'm just, it's winter time, so I don't need to wear any flip-flops or anything. And I have a girlfriend. That was horrible. I have a girlfriend who has her toenail removed, and apparently you can buy fake toenails. You know how you can buy like glue-on fingernails? You can buy glue-on toenails. And she says, like, if she's going out somewhere and she's going to wear flip-flops or sandals, she'll just glue a fake toenail onto her toe. And she said it works perfect and nobody can tell. So she's going to hook me up with some fake toenails. It'll be a while before I can actually wear a fake toenail, but I'm excited. Okay. Oh, Kathleen said hers didn't come back. Yay. I don't want it to come back because I've heard if it comes back, it's kind of weird looking. All right. So there's always this also this tiny little flourish. And we're going to stamp that at the top and bottom here. So I'm going to stamp this one in pumpkin pie because that's obviously one of the colors in the paper. And then I'm going to clean it off, and then I'm going to stamp the other one in Granny Apple Green. So then we have all the colors. Okay. Otherwise, if I go out and I need to wear, like if I need to wear some sandals, I'm just going to put a Band-Aid on it because I'm sure it's not going to be pretty, There's just I'm sure it's not. You know what, Irene? That is so funny. I just saw that the other day when I wasn't even looking for that. And I ran across it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's Dawn. I know Dawn. How funny is that? Well, I wasn't as lucky as Dawn. I didn't get to keep mine. Okay, so I have those little flourishes. So now I am going to add a little rhinestone to that flourish right there. I guess the bottom line is I just sort of feel old. I've got all these things going on with me. I have 2 cataracts and I'm 55. I mean, I don't feel like I'm that old to be having these weird things. Like, who has cataracts at 55? Okay, I'm sure some people do. But I don't think most people have cataracts at 55. So I feel a little old there. All right, so I'm going to kind of bend this just a slight bit, so it's going to want to kind of mold to the cup just like we did a little bit. I'm afraid I don't want to smear my red. I'm afraid it might not be dry yet. So I'm just going to try to gently roll it. So it's a little bit rolled now, and I'm going to add some dimensionals. Wait till I hit my 70s. Oh gosh, I feel like that's not very far off. All right, I've got some mini dimensionals, and I'm going to put them kind of right in line with those little flourish pieces that I stamped on there. And pull those backings off. Oh, I need to move my lid around because this is where I actually want my label to be in the front. So we're just going to turn the cup, and we need to stuff the straw down in there a little bit. Got the lid back on. And that is all there is to it, you guys. I mean, I know I do a lot of talking, so it seems like these projects take a lot longer than they actually take. But there you go. Cute. She's going to love this, by the way. She's going to eat every single Rolo in there. Okay. Let me put this stuff away. Clean these off. All right. Those I need. Oh, I didn't use these. That's okay. We used bling instead on that gingerbread card. All right. Project number 3 coming at you. All right. This one, we're going to use the beautiful Whimsy and Wonder Specialty Designer Series paper. Okay. Oh, you guys like that? Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So for this, we're using the Designer Series paper. We are going to use the stamp set. So I've got the 2 larger tree images. I've got the dots, which I think must be ornaments, and then, of course, the tree itself. I have 3 colors of ink: Misty Moonlight, Pear Pizzazz, and Mossy Meadow. Where is my container of all my things? Did I put it somewhere? Huh. I had a tiny container just like this that had a whole bunch of bits. Oh, here it is. That I had already die cut that I need for this card. Okay. So, paper. We need some paper. Where is my paper? What in the heck? Oh, it's underneath. I'm like, I know that Gotta have some paper somewhere. All right, so we have another layer of white, thick white. I'm also going to use these wonderful snowflakes. These are those iridescent paper snowflakes. So much fun. So I punched one of those out already. And we've got that right here. So I'll set that up there. I need a scrap of pear pizzazz. I was going to do that earlier and then I forgot. Here we go. So I'm going to start out by stamping the large main tree in the pear pizzazz. So I need to re-ink this thing. I can see that there's a light spot in the middle. So I'm going to try to get ink around the whole thing. And we're going to stamp that on our scrap of pear pizzazz. There we go. And then we're going to bring in our mossy meadow and we're going to stamp the, like I said, I think these must be designed to be like ornaments for the tree. And if we are careful and we look at it, we should be able to get it. Yay. Okay, so then, by the magic of TV, I would take this over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I would die cut it with this little tree die here. It's the perfect size. But then, my tree is a little bit too long for what I wanted it to be. Okay, so after I cut it out, I went ahead and lined up the bottom of the die on like the second layer up, and I ran it through again to make it a little bit shorter. Okay, because it was too long. But the other tree that's in the stamp set, this little guy was too small. So you can see, you know, he's way too small. So I needed something in between the two of them. And so I just kind of cut my own there. All right, so we'll get that out of the way. And here we are with our papers. So our papers, I did the pink. This is 3/4 of an inch. That doesn't seem right. It seems too small to be 3/4. Where's my ruler? Oh, here we go. All right, it's a half. And then this, I believe, is 5/8. Yes, 5/8. And then this one is 3/4. Okay, so I have 3 different pieces of paper. This is actually a cheater piece because I don't know if you guys see. It's 2 pieces together. I had like 2 small scraps, so I butted them up together. They don't even match, but when I stick them on the card and I put my stuff over the top of it, you're not going to be able to tell that I did that. So there's a little cheater way for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to tear these papers. I'm just going to kind of tear them. So they aren't any specific length, at least not yet, until I tear them. And let's see, we're going to go about like that. About like that. And then this last one, oops, we want to make sure our trees are oriented the right way. So we've got that. And then we're going to tear it about like that. Okay, so we're going to add these to the card and we're going to kind of put them on like not perfectly even, like they're going to be a little bit wonky and a little bit out of sorts. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's add some adhesive. And not ready to put you down quite yet. So that's slightly angled. And then this one, our little cheater one, you can see where that the bend is in it, but no one's going to be able to tell. Okay, and then we have our final piece, and I might bring that up just a hair, and I might bring it over. Come on, you, lift up for me. Gently, gently, gently. If you're careful, the seal will give you a little bit of time to pick it back up. Okay. There we go. And I have some adhesive there, and I don't know how that got there, but I can feel it. Okay. So that's what we've gotten right there. Then I'm going to take this little snowflake, and I had glue dots somewhere around here. Oh, here they are. in a different box. And I'm just going to add it with a glue dot because I don't want it to be totally stuck down. I want it to have some, you know, I want it to be a little bit fluid so it can fly around a little bit or come up off the page a little bit as it needs. Oh, I thought there was a glue dot there, and then, oh, whoops, that's the front. Ah, ding dong. Okay, so I'm going to kind of set this on the middle piece of paper, kind of over to the side there. You can see that I do have a glue dot on it, but that's fine because I'm going to put my tree on it. So, but I'll just add a little glue down at the bottom, a little glue at the top, and I'll just set the tree on there. A little bit cattywampus also. Okay. There we go. Oh, Judy says, I give such great tips. Yay, thank you, Judy. I have a lot of tips. And you know what? This is another really good tip for you guys. Don't put your stuff on so your card opens the wrong way. Okay, this is a pretty darn easy fix. We are now going to make this card a layer. This white is going to be a layer. And we're going to end up putting this on something else. I may have to, hold on here. I might need to tear my papers just a tiny bit more to account for this little issue that I've created for myself. Gosh. There are days, you guys, I tell you. Okay. There. All right. Oh, I cracked myself up. All right, so there's a layer of white that we need to put on this piece of thick white. Oh, I need to cut the bottom off too. I need to cut about 1/4 inch off the bottom. We're just going to guess because this trimmer doesn't have. Turn it over so it's the right way. Okay, that should work. Crisis averted. I had a gal do it at class one time, and she said, you know what? I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to give it to my dad. And she did, and she said he thought it was hilarious. So, all right, we're back in business now. So then my little container of goodies that I was looking for. So in this set of dies, there are a couple of little dies. There's one that does 8 little ornaments. So you can see I have done this with silver foil, Misty Moonlight, and Blushing Bride. And then there are some stars. Well, these little stars are not, in my opinion, quite big enough for the star that goes on the top of the tree. So I searched around in the die sets that I have, and I found that there was a little star in the stocking dies. Now, I know there's some little stars in some of the other die sets we have. So if you don't have a star and you need one, just kind of look around and see what you've got. You'll probably come up with one. So I did that out of silver foil. So we're just going to add a little glue to the back of that. And right at the top of the tree you go. Okay. And then we have these little ornaments. And so I'm just going to like randomly place them. And I thought it might be kind of fun to place them over the dots that are already on here. So we're going to try to do that. We're going to try to make that work. And I've got 6 of these things. So we'll see. There's 4, 5, 6. We might have to go 7. We might have to put one up here. Okay. So I am just going to use my take your pick tool. And I'm going to take this end out so that I can use it to help myself place these down. Whoops, you get off there. Oh, this one needs to be a little bit angled up. There we go. Blue again. I think we're going to go right here. Silver will go right here. We'll use our little doohickey there to get that to go the right direction. And our pink right there. And I think we'll go one more pink because that seems to be what we need up here is a pink one. Okay. Isn't that fun? Yay. All right. Now we need a sentiment. And what did where was my, was I going to use a sentiment on this? yeah, we can use this. May the love of the season warm your heart, or warm your home and fill your heart. I think that'll work. Okay. I need a block. So, and then I need a scratch paper. And we're going to use Misty Moonlight ink for this. Just see if this is going to be straight for me. So hold on just a moment. I think so, as long as I don't smear it like I did on that scratch paper. And I'm going to put that, actually I'm going to try to put it right up here, kind of by the tree. We'll see what happens. Yay. Okay, then I guess we'll use dimensionals now. We'll pop it up since we can. And we'll use 5 because I always like to put one in the middle. We don't want any sagging going on here. Sagging is bad for cards. All right, so let's get that lined up here. There we go. That's just cute. Okay, then I kind of thought it's never a bad thing, I don't feel like, to have a little more bling. So we're going to add some. So I am going to add like a couple of, whoops, where did that go? I shot my hand over so quickly. I thought I picked it up and I didn't. So I'm going to put one here and one right next to it. And then I'm going to put one right down here. There we go. And then on the inside, we should probably do something on the inside. Do I have, what do I have here? Let's do that little tiny Christmas tree in Pear Pizzazz down there at the bottom. Where's our pear? And you know what? We have some of these little ornaments left, so let's just decorate it. What do you think? So we will see if we can get him straightish. I think that's straightish. And then I think we'll go with one of each color. 1 blob of glue, 2 blobs of glue, 3 blobs of glue. Take your pick tool and we'll go the blue ornament there and the pink ornament here and our silver ornament. Let's move this blue one down just a tiny bit and our silver one right there. Okay, and it's done. Cute. Okay, let me bring in the other projects, make some room here, and then we can take a look-see at them. And then I'll remind you that there are links in the description of this video for all the things that I offer. A link to my online store. Don't forget about my special. Today's the last day for the seasonal sale. And then also, we have this too. I have my links to my classes and my handmade cards. So if you are a person who doesn't like to make cards, but you like to watch people make cards, but you'd like to have some homemade cards, I can hook you up. I either have packs of Christmas, 20 cards, or packs of all occasion, 20 cards, and I sell them for $25 each plus shipping, and there are links in the video. And so again, you guys, thank you so much for watching me, for sharing, for liking, for commenting. This was so much fun. And again, I have to give a huge shout out to Mary for her fantastic idea of adding that other little sentiment right there, which just totally made that card even better than it was. So thank you so much, Mary. That is so much fun for me to like create here with you guys. It's almost like I feel like you're here with me, even though I know you're not. It's kind of fun to be able to get input from, you know, people that know what they're doing, because I don't always know what I'm doing. So there we go. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel right down here. There should be a subscribe button down there in the corner. And then there's a little notification bell that will let you know when I am ready to go live or when I upload new videos. And I think that's it for questions. You guys are just commenting. So thank you guys. And I will see you probably not next week because it's Thanksgiving and my family's going to be here, but the week after. All right, guys. Bye-bye.